All right, let's do a little bit more review here on different points of view. So I will be reading a passage, and then you'll be asked, what point of view is this passage from? So follow along. Even before I opened my eyes, I heard Omar, my little brother, banging his toy drum. Go away, I groaned and pulled the pillow over my head. It wasn't even 6 o'clock in the morning yet. I put my beans in my nose, Omar announced. Now you need to pay attention because you see dialogue here, right? So we see some quotation marks. Omar is speaking. The little brother is speaking there. That doesn't mean it is in Omar's point of view. Okay, that's just dialogue. The narrator is up here saying, Go away, I groaned and pulled the pillow over my head. It wasn't even 6 o'clock in the morning yet. You did what? I sat up and squinted at the little kid. I didn't see any beans. I put them way far in there so they wouldn't fall out. He said, I'm going to grow a beanstalk in my nose. I could tell it was going to be a long day. So we're back to the narrator here who's telling the story. I could tell it was going to be a long day. I put on my robe and went downstairs to tell Mom that she'd better start looking for the tweezers. What point of view is this passage told? So if you want to just kind of do it in your head or take out a dry erase board and write first person, that means we saw pronouns like I, my, and it was told specifically in the narrator's point of view. Second person means we saw pronouns like you and your. Third person limited means we saw pronouns like he and she or they. And limited means we only know how one character's feeling. Then the last one, third person omniscient, means all knowing. We know how all the characters were feeling. So think about it. Is it A, B, C, or D? And this one is first person. First person told in the narrator's point of view, not Omar. That was the brother. That is first person. Let's do another one here. You slide into your seat at school just a second before the bell rings. Phew, you think. I made it. So I already see a you and an I. You got to keep reading. Whose point of view? You're just starting to settle down from the adrenaline rush of racing to class when you realize something very important. You don't know that teacher. Maybe it's a sub, you think, but already you suspect the horrible truth. You look around and realize that these kids aren't in your class. Worse, they're all staring at you. You look down at your desk, gather your books, and slowly exit the classroom, hoping that everyone will forget this ever happened. From what point of view is this passage told? First person. Second, involving you, the reader, as part of the story. Third person limited, meaning you see pronouns like he and she, but we only know how one character's feeling. Or third person omniscient, meaning we know how all the characters are feeling. Mark it, think about it. And the answer is second person. You, the reader, are part of the story. I saw many yours and you. They're making you feel you are in that story. So that's a great example of our second person that is very uncommon, but it is out there.